Everyone always talks about the fun and the excitement of fragrance collecting, but you don't normally hear too much about the somewhat awkward conversations that you can have with people. It seems like whenever someone catches word that you're into fragrances, they want to talk to you about it, and that's pretty cool. And oftentimes they want to tell you what they like to wear. And usually it'll be something like, oh yeah, I like to wear Sauvage, the one in the blue bottle. Have you heard of it? And I'm always like, yeah, Sauvage. Yeah, I've heard of that. As if we really have never heard of Sauvage in our life, because they have no idea how popular and how oversaturated something like Sauvage is. It's always just kind of funny. And then they keep going on and on about how they love their Sauvage, or insert any other extremely popular fragrance there. And you're just like, yeah, those are all awesome. I'm not hating on Sauvage. I'm not hating on the popular fragrances. It's usually just kind of how it goes, because they're not going to be on the level we are in terms of the scents that we have in our collection. So today we're going to be going over 10 hyped fragrances that you're never going to stop hearing about. They're not going anywhere. No matter how hard you try to forget about these, they're going to keep coming back, whether it be in videos like this one, you're welcome, or someone asking you about fragrances in real life. Just kind of how it is. Now, I did exclude a few of the obvious ones from this video, which you can see right here. No need to put those. Those are a given, right? That would just be kind of cheating at this point. Obviously they're going to be out there. So I went with some other ones instead. They're still going to be kind of obvious because they are popular and most people know these, but well, it'd still be fun to go over this. First up, we have Aqua Dejo Profumo. Mineral notes, orange, sea notes, aquatic notes, whatever, that sort of thing are going to be some of the key players in here. It smells really, really unique. Okay, this is a unique aquatic. And also, one thing I forgot to touch on a second ago, but the way I went about this video is that I put some newer scents, like this one to some extent. It's not brand new, but it is newer. And I also put some older scents as well. So we have a mix here of some newer fragrances, which I know are not going to be going anywhere, like this one. And we also have some fragrances that have already been around. They've already been talked about for years at this point, and they still aren't going to be going anywhere. So I kind of tried to give some variety here. Just because something is going to be talked about a lot and is going to be very popular and worn all the time doesn't make it a bad scent. It falls victim to its own success. That's the case with a lot of designer scents, popular ones. They're so good, they do such a great job that everyone likes them and they want to wear it as well. That's just how it works. I think a similar thing is going to happen here to some extent, kind of like Profumo, because this is very attractive. It's a great compliment getter, great for the summertime, kind of playful, but still has a classiness about it. This stuff is a winner. Next up, we have Montblanc Explorer. Again, another newer scent. Not brand new, but on the newer spectrum compared to a whole lot of other fragrances, which came out in like 2010, that are still being talked about and still not going anywhere. What fragrance am I talking about that came out in 2010 that is still being talked about and still not going anywhere? It kind of has a resemblance to this guy. Of course, Montblanc Explorer. This is a Creed Aventus clone. So this one has notes like Aventus and Creed and Creed Aventus, Olivier Creed, and all that. Those are kind of some of the notes in here. It's kind of what you get out of this one. I feel like if I say the Aventus note breakdown one more time, I'm just going to lose it, so I'm not going there. You should know what this smells like. That being said, for the price, this is a great Aventus alternative, and that is why it's so popular, is because it is affordable. Not everyone wants to spend the ridiculous amount of money on Aventus, but people do want the insane usability, versatility, and complement factor of Aventus. What's the best way to get that without spending $400? Going for something like this, which costs you in like the $50 ballpark on discounters. I would say that's a pretty good deal. It's kind of a win-win. I can't deny that this is really good for the price and is a very nice alternative. You're not going to see this one going away anytime soon. I'm sorry. But hey, at least I try to leave Aventus and all of its counterparts off most of my lists, except for ones like this, which almost have to be here. See, I got you guys in mind. I'm trying to keep you from going crazy like I have, because Aventus is still all over the place. Next up, Dior Homme 2020. So obviously came out in 2020. Has cashmere, Isoe Super, vetiver, bergamot, cedarwood. This is woody. That's really all you need to know. This is a woody fragrance from multiple different sources, notes, aroma chemicals. It's all about the Isoe Super and the cashmere. It's kind of musky as well. It's like a woody muskiness. And essentially the way I've described this one before is if you were to picture what a modern, well-dressed man in 2021 smells like, it would be this. And that's coming from myself, someone who has smelled many other things and things that are quite frankly better in terms of being more unique than this. If I were to pick one fragrance to kind of scent the modern, well-dressed, classy gentleman, it would probably be Dior Homme 2020. Love it or hate it, I was not on board in the beginning. Now I'm kind of in the stage of acceptance. It is what it is, and I can't deny that it is very modern, very clean, woody, and a great compliment getter. For whatever reason, it just works so well, so you can't knock it for that. This stuff, it's just getting started. It is just warming up. I think this stuff is really going to take off like wildfire as we continue to go on. Next up, Spice Bomb Extreme. So this guy's been out and about for a few years now. This was, the second flanker to Spice Bomb. I think Fresh came first and then Extreme, something along those lines. Tobacco, vanilla, black pepper are some of the main notes here. This is well-deserved in terms of its popularity, and really the original Spice Bomb, same thing, well-deserved. I mean, these are very unique fragrances, and they really do kind of aim to do something different, which I appreciate. This one here especially is amazing. It's got such a warm, inviting smell for the holidays, for Christmas time, for just winter and even fall in general. This is one of my go-tos. And this stuff, believe me, is not going to be going anywhere. It's still getting talked about, and it's going to continue to. And again, I think that is well-deserved. This stuff deserves all the love that it gets. It's really, really good. A bit more expensive, but still amazing. Up next, Yves Saint Laurent Y Eau de Parfum, Amberwood, Sage, Apple. I believe there's tonka bean as well. Maybe not. But it does have a sweetness, a lot from the amberwood. You get the nice fruity apple up top. It also adds a sweetness. It's like a sweet candied apple in the opening, like a freshness, like a lavender freshness. It smells super good, very pleasant. Nothing to dislike about this one other than not super unique, and it is kind of bubblegummy sweet. But from the perspective of a consumer, just regular cologne consumer that is not super into the hobby, this is everything they're going to want in them some. It's a beast mode scent. It's super versatile. It's a great compliment getter, like I've said a million times, and also is going to be the trend for this video. It just works well. It's very popular, and it's going to continue to be popular as well. Even though there's more flankers, this one's still kind of one of the best. This one and the Parfum are both really good, but this one just does it all, and it's not going anywhere. Up next, we have another scent that has been out and about, and it's definitely made its rounds in the community and outside of the community, and it's still kicking. It's still going strong. Armani Code Profumo. So really, I was kind of between this and Absolute, and to be real, both of those could have been put in here. Absolute is newer, it's kind of just getting started, but it already made a huge splash when it came out, and it's doing very well, and I think it will continue to. Another one that is very deserved, but this one's already been out, been a bit more established, so it's kind of one of the ones that have been out longer, first being a newer release. But, it just is another one that's very appealing to the consumer. It's got a ton of sweetness, it's loud, but it's very playful. This is for the college guy. This is just for the younger guy in general. You don't have to be in college, but normally that's kind of what I think of when I smell this and similar fragrances, because it's a party scent, right? It is a fun party scent for someone who wants to be playful and get compliments and something for the night out scene, right? It's not a freshie by any means, so you'd want this for the evenings, and even better for the cooler weather. It's got tonka bean, amber, leather. It's sweet, it's a bit spicy, it's smooth. It's a great one to have around. Even though it's popular, even though there are better things out there, I still like it. I still get a kick out of this one, and it's definitely not going anywhere. Next up, niche fragrance. This one is Parfums de Marly Layton. So this could almost be placed in that obvious category that I kind of talked about in the beginning, but I decided to move it over to the main list because I don't think it's quite on the level as Sauvage, Aventus, that sort of thing. I do think it's up there, especially for being a niche fragrance. I mean, you got to give it credit where credit is due for that. A niche fragrance that is done as well as this one, you don't get that often. You really don't. I mean, Aventus, of course, and there's a few other notable ones, but not too awfully many. The fact that this one is done so well is pretty cool because it is not cheap. Apple, vanilla, you get some spices out of this one, a bunch of sweetness. Cinnamon, it smells so pleasant. I can't deny that this is a head turner for fall and winter time. It is another sexy, playful, cozy type of scent that is best and does excel in the cooler weather because it does have the ability to really draw people in. You don't need to go with too many sprays though, because it is a strong scent, and just with a couple sprays, people are going to be smelling you and they're going to want to come in for more. Again, this one really well deserved in terms of its hype and popularity, and it's not going to be going anywhere anytime soon. I think most of us have accepted that by now, but if you haven't, you're going to be seeing this blue bottle a lot in the future as well. Next up, Azzaro Wanted by Night. Cinnamon, fruity notes, and tobacco are some of the main notes. This is a really, really good flanker. Miles better than the original Wanted because it adds this nighttime appeal. You add the cinnamon, you add the tobacco, this overall spicy warmth on top of that fresh, mass appealing DNA. It's a recipe for compliments. And a good compliment getter it is. That's one of the reasons why it does so well in terms of its, hype, talk, popularity, and also just because it is a really well done, well thought out scent that does deserve the attention that it gets. For me, this is still the best in the line, immediately followed by the Most Wanted, the newest flanker in the all black bottle. I believe it's a Parfum concentration. That would be my second favorite. It's a little bit more sweet. It's got this, I believe, like this coffee type of smell, almost gourmand lean to it, and it is really nice. But for me, the original Wanted by Night is still the best. It just works so well, and for someone like myself who doesn't like the original Wanted at all, the fact that I'm able to enjoy the Wanted by Night so much really says something here. I mean, it's well done, very popular, and again, this is not going anywhere. It is a fall and winter staple at this point. Running down to the end of the video here, we've got two fragrances left. This one is another niche scent from Mancera. So a bit more of a niche brand. It has less of the appeal outside of the community. This one is Cedrat Blanc. This one's got woody notes, fruity notes. It's pretty vague kind of what they give you, but that's really what you need to know. It's fruity, sweet, it's woody, kind of musky, warm. This stuff is still so good. I still love this scent. I get so much enjoyment out of this one. It is a beast mode scent. Still, I've bought a new bottle a while back to test reformulation theories, and from what I've been able to decipher, no reformulation, still strong. This is my original bottle, then I have another one. Still a strong scent, still a versatile scent, and for being a niche product, it offers incredible value. Primarily in the community is where this one's going to be most popular, but I do think it's probably made its way outside of, because a lot of people think that this is an Aventus clone. I don't think so, but I can kind of see where people think it may smell similar. To call it a clone is just very misleading. So don't buy this if you're after Creed Aventus. Buy Explorer if you're after Creed Aventus, and that one's even cheaper than this, so you'll be set up. Buy this if you just want a fruity, woody scent with a ton of versatility, tons of performance, projection and longevity, and really good mass appeal. You can get these on Twisted Lily. You can use my code CHAOS10 to get 10% off. So that'll save you, what, $18, I believe, off of this one. You can also use that code for anything else. It's site-wide. Whatever you add to your cart, it will get you 10% off. So always make sure to use that if you're doing any shopping over there. So last up, we have Azzaro Chrome. Chrome, get you home. Isn't that what they say? Chrome, get you home. Yeah, this one will get you somewhere. So this one's kind of interesting because even now, the original Chrome, this here, still has its cult following. People still swear by this scent. Yeah, sure, it smells nice. But one of the main reasons why this was included, and I could have done this with some other fragrances as well, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a minute, is because even if the original is still not getting pumped a lot, all of its flankers are getting talked about all the time. So a really obvious one to put in this video would have been Jean Paul Gaultier Le Male, right? The original itself still has a cult following, but Ultra Male and all the other flankers are talked about. You could have done this with any other fragrance, which just puts out tons of flankers and does summer editions and all that stuff. Calvin Klein, Summers, all that sort of thing. Whether it be Azzaro Chrome Pure, Azzaro Chrome United, you know, the list goes on. I'm kind of drawing a blank on the rest of them, but there are a lot. Those are still going to be talked about all the time. And when you think of Azzaro Chrome United, what do you think of still? The original Chrome. I mean, this bottle is basically ingrained in people's head. And whenever you would walk into a TJ Maxx or a department store, Macy's, Sephora, blah, 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 they're still going to have this bottle sitting there. And it almost drives me kind of crazy. I'm like, oh my God, they're still pushing Chrome. Yes, they are. And the flankers are still going crazy. Alrighty guys, that's going to do it for this video. That is 10 fragrances, 10 hyped fragrances that are never going to go anywhere. You are never going to stop hearing about these no matter how hard you try. Remember, acceptance is the first step. Just kind of get, immune to it. Just kind of get partial to it. Just got to accept the fact that these are just going to be around. And remember, if you tell someone that you are a fragrance collector, a fragrance enthusiast, whatever, be prepared to talk about Sauvage and Dylan Blue and Dolce & Gabbana The One, because that's probably what they're wearing and they're super excited about it, which of course is great. But being that we are invested in this hobby, we've heard it a million times, so we're just kind of like, yeah, cool. Remember, if you want to grab any of these fragrances for yourself, I will link them down below. Also, I do encourage you to check out my channel memberships. If you're unaware, this is something that you can join. I'll have a link down below in the description. And what you can do is get access to videos like these early. So early access, I can post them, a day early or a few hours early or whatever, so you can watch it and comment first. You will get access to bonus videos. So reviews that I don't put up on the main channel, I'll put up here, whether it be in the members, whether it be niche content or some other stuff. I'm also going to do extra giveaways over in the members in addition to the ones on my story. So nothing is changing here, just bonus stuff. And also I'm including a new tier where you will get your name featured on the screen at the end of my videos, and also access to a private Discord where you can chat with me and the other members. You can ask me anything about recommendations, that sort of thing, and you can talk to the other members and help them out as well. Just be a little private community for the members. So again, if you want more information about that, hit the link down below in the description where it says join the memberships. You can also hit the join button next to the subscribe button on my channel. Thank you so much for watching and supporting. Stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow with another one. Take care.